Hello. Hello. Hey guys, how is it going? I hope you had an amazing summer. I didn't get to enjoy the summer the way I really wanted to because it took us about 4 weeks to build the floor in our garage, aka the Z Gym studio. So this is what we've been doing today and also for the past several weeks. Jessie has been building the floor for my studio. In case you've been wondering what I do in my spare time, during the summer, I don't know whose great idea was this to do projects during the summer, probably mine. I've been working on this home improvement project for a while now. I painted the walls white. I also painted the ceilings. I started doing concrete counters. So this is what's happening here right now. This gross thing right here. I painted the tiles, the red tiles, white color. However, I wasn't following the instructions properly, so I totally screwed it up. So now I'm removing the paint and I'm gonna start over. So my project is coming along. I have finished the countertops. They're nice and shiny now. And I did the cabinets. They have this crackle paint, blue and white, and the white tiles. But I did stay active and I had some beautiful days on the beach. And Jessie and I finally got to ride around the lake on our Harleys, which is super fun. Where are we, babe?
Where are we? I don't know. I don't know if we're. I think it's you know what? Maybe like Tahoma.
Over there is Lake Tahoe, and I can see the Cave Rock across the way.
Meeks Bay, maybe.
And we just passed Emerald Bay.
No, we're not Tahoma yet. We're probably in the Rubicon Bay.
Rubicon Bay, maybe.
Something like that.
Possibly.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere
Along the
around
way.
there. Because this is like he's got those ape hangers. He has to have his arms like this. Sit on it. Like I wanna show you sitting on it.
Me sitting on it?
Well, yeah.
Perfect for me.
Are you comfortable?
Extremely.
Really? You like it?
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it. I'd be like way too stretched.
We'll get you mini ones. We'll get you mini
Mini apes?
Mini apes.
Okay, let me try your bike.
Can you even reach it?
Like barely.
Come on, just stand up the bike. Just don't
No,
throw it
I'm
off the hill.
worried that I'm
Don't
gonna-
roll it down the hill, please.
I'm gonna roll it down the hill if I stand it out. I feel like my bike is the perfect thing for me because I can handle it enough so that I don't roll it all, down the hill.
48 special. Bam.
Oh, my little baby. This is my little. It's like Polly.
It's like Polly.
Polly's gonna be like that perfect size for me one day.
Totally.
She doesn't grow too much. Yeah, this is nice. See my helmet is Czech Republic. And
Represent.
represent. I should put the American flag there too, right?
Yeah.
Because soon enough I'm gonna be American.
Hell yeah. American flags on everything. American flags all around. Here you go. And we had a really fun day on the boat with our friends. So overall, I can't really complain about the summer because there were some really beautiful days and we got a lot of things done. So now let's talk about the diet. And before we get to it, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself and about my credentials. So I have completed the plant-based program at the Colin Campbell Center for Nutrition Studies. I am IIN Certified Integrative Nutrition Health Coach. I am Hormone Health certified, Gut Health certified, and I also have a certification from Precision Nutrition. I have written hundreds of articles around nutrition, and I have also created 4 very comprehensive and also very popular meal plans. So today, I'm gonna answer some of the most common questions that I get from you guys.
So one of the most common questions that I get is about my own diet and how do I stay lean all year long. So first of all, to me, it's not just about the diet and what I eat. It's also about exercise and sleep and stress management and all that stuff. It's just a part of the big picture, and it's more of a holistic approach. And the other thing that I want to tell you guys is that there is not one diet that I can recommend for everyone, because we're all individuals, and we each have our own bio-individuality. And for example, we each have our own signature microbiome, the bacteria in our gut. So that alone is going to affect the way your body digests food, the way your body takes nutrients from food, the way your body stores fat, and it's going to affect your mood and everything. And that's just a part of it. We each have a different lifestyle, we're in different environments, and your sleeping habits are going to affect you as well. So I cannot say that there is one diet that would be beneficial for every person out there. I feel like we each have to kind of figure out what works for us. So it's really just about finding out what works for you. Use the general guidelines of what it means to eat healthy, and then just tweak it to fit your own personal needs. Also, do not get confused about the popular diets that are out there. There are several, like the paleo diet, low carb diet, keto diet. Keto is like extremely low carb diet. Then you have vegan diet, vegetarian diet. There are so many diets out there that work. They work for certain people. Some people do really well on those diets. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna do well on that diet. So, and even though there is a research supporting these diets, notice that there is a research that supports each one of those diets. So the research out there is very contradicting, and it's all over the place. So just remember, if we had facts, it wouldn't be called research, right? It's just a research. And there is a lot that comes into the research. A lot of times the research is not even reliable, that's out there. And like I said, it's contradicting. It's because when it comes to nutrition in human beings, it's so inconsistent and non-linear. And the reason for that is our own bio-individuality. You will always have people that will thrive on keto. You will always have people who thrive on paleo. You always have people who thrive on high carb diets. There will be people like that because, we're not the same, each one of us. So just remember that, and remember that you just have to figure out what works for you. Now, how do you know what works for you? First of all, you have to give it a shot, right? You won't know until you try. So try the type of diet. Maybe start with something that more resembles your lifestyle right now, so that you're not going through huge changes. Then you're gonna feel like you're really dieting, that you're really depriving yourself. You never want to feel like you're depriving yourself. You want to feel like you're actually eating the way you want to be eating, that maybe you're doing some little changes. So start with a diet that resembles more of what you're already eating, and start there. And notice your energy levels. That's very important, and you're gonna find it right away. You're gonna find it really fast. For example, I do very well on low carb diet, and I
if I eat something that is heavy in carbs, I have the tendency to fall asleep in the afternoon. Really, first of all, it makes me hungry and it makes me tired and sleepy. So I do much better on a low carb diet. And there are, of course, people who do much better when they eat carbs, and because maybe they feel lack of energy on low carb diet. So you have to figure out what kind of person are you. And also, I would like to say that one of the things that everyone can benefit from is to cut down on processed foods. I'm not saying never eat processed foods, anything that's packaged in the store pretty much is processed food. Not saying that you can never eat it, not saying, anything like that, but I would really cut down on it because it's going to make a big difference. There are people who only live off of these processed foods. If these people switched only from those foods to real foods, huge difference you would see already, huge difference just from that. Everyone can benefit from that. Everyone can benefit from cutting down on added sugars. Again, added sugars you can find in these processed foods. You can find it in these sweetened beverages and yogurts, and the added sugar hides in a lot of products. So if you just stick to real food, and even if you're somebody who does very well on high carb diet, that doesn't mean that you're doing very well on high sugar diet. That's two different things. High carb just means that you can eat a lot of natural carbs from the nature. Like you can eat a lot of sweet potatoes, or brown rice, very healthy, or quinoa, or other whole grains. Quinoa is a pseudo grain, but there are a lot of whole grains that you can eat that are more like a natural and don't contain any added sugars. So added sugars and processed foods, if you can really cut down on that, you're gonna do very well just from that, if you just focus on real foods. And then you just figure out the ratios of what works for you, what doesn't. Then I get questions also about alcohol. I don't drink very often. I don't like to drink much. I drink occasionally with my friends, and I would have like a drink or two. I don't like to drink a lot because alcohol messes up my sleep, and I can really feel it the next day. If I have a drink at the evening, I can really feel it. Like at night, it wakes me up. I wake up during the night. I don't have a good night's sleep. I wake up and my focus is not as sharp. And, it doesn't make me feel great. I don't need to use alcohol to take the edge off. Some people do that. They use the alcohol to take the edge off at the evening. I don't like to do that, even though in that moment, of course, it helps. I know what alcohol can do to make you feel better and make you feel relaxed. I don't like using that because I do have alcoholism in my family, and it scares me, and I don't, that's why I don't want to use alcohol as a crutch like that. I prefer to use other things that, for when it comes to just stress management. I'd rather use things like meditation or, these kind of things that are healthy. I'd rather take a bath or a shower to make me feel good, but not alcohol. It's kind of a rule for me too that I don't drink alcohol when I'm upset, only when I'm happy and when I'm celebrating. That's also a good rule for me, so that I don't slip into this pattern of comforting myself with alcohol. And when it comes to coffee, that also is very bio-individual. There are people who do very well with coffee, and I used to drink a lot of coffee all the time until I decided to cut it out of my diet for a month and see how I do, if I do better or not.
And at first, obviously, when you cut down coffee, you have horrible headaches because coffee is addictive. And when you cut it out, it's, you're gonna feel the difference. At first, it's not gonna be very comfortable. But I wanted to try it because I had issues with sleeping. And I wanted to see what's causing me to have these, these issues. So I cut out the coffee, and I noticed that I was sleeping better. I actually had more energy, I felt like, during the day. I was less jittery. And I didn't even know that I was jittery before when I was drinking coffee. I didn't think I was. But then sometimes it's just when you cut it out, you notice that you're more calm, that you are not so, you don't have that anxiety that you used to have. So sometimes you don't even know, how better you can be unless you try it. So, but that said, so now if I drink a coffee, I will order like a decaf because I still love the taste of coffee. And occasionally when I go to a restaurant, especially when we go for like a brunch or breakfast, then I order like a decaf coffee, and that's okay for me. But again, that's very by individual. If you sleep great and if you don't feel like you have anxieties and all that stuff, then and you're drinking coffee, then maybe you're perfectly fine with coffee. But don't hesitate to try it. To try live without coffee for a few weeks and see how it does. If it's too important for you to drink coffee, then I guess you're not gonna even try it. And that's the problem with people. Here's the thing. If you take away from a person something that they really enjoy, and especially if it's a sugar or caffeine or alcohol, it's not going to be easy to take these things away from people. And I'm just telling you, if you feel any kind of like protectiveness over these things in your life, it might be a red flag that you might be too addicted to these things. It might be a red flag. You should be able to not live with these things for a while and be okay with it. That means that you are flexible, you can do things. It doesn't mean that your life depends on it. If you feel like your life depends on these things, it might be a red flag. Just saying, okay? Also, speaking of which, being flexible with your diet, when I say that I prefer low carb diet and I eat healthy, I don't mean all the time, like 100% of the time. I mean, it's my preference. It's my preference, and whenever I can, I like to stick with it. But I can be flexible and I can enjoy a burger with fries.
Is that good, babe?
The sweet potato fries dipped in honey. Oh my god, they're so good. And having this kind of flexibility in your diet is also very important because it shows that you're healthy, not just physically healthy, but emotionally healthy. Being able to consciously decide that you want to eat these type of foods that are not normally part of your healthy diet, deep fried foods like French fries, I think we can all agree that's not a part of healthy diet, right? But having them, deciding that you can have them and enjoy them every once in a while, that is healthy. That is actually healthy. I would be more worried about somebody who's so rigid with their diet that they think that they can never veer off because they're so scared to change anything about their diet. That could be a red flag, and it can show some deeper emotional issues. So, comforting yourself with foods every once in a while, completely normal. We all do that. And it could be a very good, sometimes, way to comfort yourself, as long as it's not the only way you comfort yourself and as long as you don't do it all the time. However, it's part of a healthy coping mechanism. And having this balance is very important. So make sure that whatever diet, healthy diet you decide to stick to, don't try to be so rigid. Really try to practice this flexibility so that you're never using food to beat yourself up or to make yourself feel guilt or shame. Food should never create these kind of feelings in you. And you can practice that. It's very easy to practice. So to sum it up, when you're looking for a diet, when you're trying to figure out a diet that works for you, these are the things that you should be paying attention to. Your energy levels. Are you feeling sleepy during the day? Are you tired during the day? Do you have a good night's sleep? Do you sleep well at night? Do you get at least 8 hours of really good quality sleep? How is your training? Does your diet support your training? Do you have a good energy when you go train? Do you feel like you don't want to do it all the time? Do you feel exhausted? Pay attention to that. Also your focus. Can you focus well? A lot of times when we don't eat the foods that are right for us, it can even affect our focus, our mood, our productivity. Your skin. Watch your skin. What is your skin doing? If you're getting a lot of breakouts, it could be also some kind of sensitivity to certain foods. Your hair and your nails, all that stuff. So take that holistic approach and really watch your body and your energy levels and your sleep and how you're doing just in general. And just to let you know, just because some food is labeled as whole food, healthy food, doesn't mean that is good for you. Again, there are a lot of healthy foods that can hurt certain people. And I'm not just talking about deadly allergies, like my husband Jesse, he's allergic deadly to shellfish. You cannot have it around the house at all. I don't even eat shellfish anymore because I don't want it to be anywhere near him. But I'm not just talking about these type of allergies. There are also food sensitivities that that you could struggle with, not even knowing that you're struggling with it. So there are types of elimination diets that you can try to find out what kind of food sensitivities you have, because that could be also messing with your things, like with your hormones or with your gut health. It could be messing with your sleep and your energy levels as well. So the last thing I would like to mention is intermittent fasting, because that's a big topic nowadays, and I use intermittent fasting for myself as well. And there are a lot of ways that you can use it. There are a lot of different ways. And, one of the things you can do is to shorten your eating window. And that's something that I do. I like to do that. And I do it in a way that I skip breakfast. I don't eat breakfast. And I eat at like 12 p.m. at noon. And then that's my first meal. And then I have my last meal at 8 p.m. So I have like this 8-hour window, and that really helps me because I feel like I have more energy, and it definitely helps me to keep healthy weight and to stay lean. And sometimes, on some days, I don't do that very often. Recently I haven't been doing that a lot, but I used to do that in the past and I kind of liked it. Like 2 days a week, I would pick 2 days, and then I would cut down on calories on those days. It's kind of like, it's a moderate intermittent fast. So I would cut down on calories and I would eat only up to 500 calories. And I would do that 1 or 2 days of the week. And that made a huge difference too. That really made me feel good too. It really does give you more energy, and it really does help you to even maintain a healthy weight. It helps your body to achieve a better balance, because when you give your body the break from constantly digesting food, your body can really balance itself out. It just depends on, again, your lifestyle and your own preferences. There are different ways, so many different ways to try intermittent fasting. So guys, that's it for today. And just for fun, just to prove that we're all bio individuals, share with me in the comments below what kind of diet do you prefer the most? What type of diet makes you feel the best? What type of diet supports your training and just your overall well-being? And I think that you're gonna see so many different responses, and I can't wait to read it. So guys, that's it for today. If you want to work out with me every single day, join Z Gym at zuzkalight.com. And don't forget, I have tons of recipes on my website, healthy recipes. If you want to try one of my meal plans, see if it works for you, you can also find it on my website. And that's it. And I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.